Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome to another episode of the video blog. Back with you today talking about, radio. A play off the old Elvis Costello song, but at the same time a topic I know a tad bit about. My father was in broadcasting school when I was in the womb. Within 6 months of my being born, my parents were off on their, not radio business journey necessarily, because my father made the switch into television about 5 or 6 years after that, but still did some radio. His odyssey took him from... his radio odyssey took him from Chicago, Illinois, where he was born and raised, to southern Indiana, to Wyoming for a few years, to central Illinois, to Virginia, and then wrapped up his career in southwest Missouri back in the mid-'80s. Of course, I picked up my career along the way, and then basically started doing some little kid voices for my father when I was literally just able to talk, and then doing commercials and doing play-by-play, and then taking it for 27 years full-time in the broadcasting industry. So I know a little bit about the music business and radio and how the two intersect. And these days, one of the biggest frustrations I'm seeing is there are so many artists who are putting everything, literally like playing poker and putting all chips in, banking on their success at radio. And I think these days that's the wrong strategy, especially with an incredible tool like the internet. Now, am I going to be self-serving here? There's no doubt I am, because I'm a big believer in the internet, and hence internet marketing for musicians is what I do. But having run radio stations and knowing these days, number one, just because of consolidation, just because of the way the business has gone, how much extra the guys who make music decisions have on their plate. When I moved to Akron, Ohio, back in the mid-'90s, my boss, Nick Anthony, made the great statement that the least important thing you can do in a week is decide what new songs to play. And it sounds kind of brash, but in essence it's really true, because you pretty much have a clue if you know your market, if you know, and I hate to use the word research, if you know what the history of the market is, if you know what has been successful there, what sells well, what concerts are well attended, you can pretty much guess what to do. And in essence, the best way to be is to be conservative and be safe and let somebody else make the mistakes. Because sadly, people do make decisions about what radio station they're listening to sometime based on the song you're playing. And so that's why radio tends to keep it as safe as possible. That's why it's tougher and tougher now for new artists to break through, because, radio's looking for somebody else to do the work for them. Hence why the biggest new artist of the last 4 or 5 years has been Carrie Underwood, who, thanks to American Idol, had a real nice audience to break through to country music with. So it's tough, because I see too many artists coming in, putting all their money in the basket of getting on the radio, and then being very frustrated when it doesn't happen fast enough. The country music charts, if you pay attention to any of them, are slower now than they have ever been before. And it's because of all this consolidation. It's because of all the changes in the world. It's possibly changing consumer taste. People have so many entertainment options now, from the internet to CDs to radio to satellite radio, to video games. To 500 plus channels on television, to satellite TV. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. So my advice to any artist, any musician, is don't put your eggs in one basket. It's great to be on the radio, and a radio can vault you to superstardom faster than anything, but at what price? And you only get so many at-bats, if you will. You only get so many times at the plate, and you only get so many chances at radio, and after a while they just stop paying attention. Diversify. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Tomorrow's post is entitled, "It's a Marathon and Not a Sprint," and I'll explain more about that. If you'd love to ask more, talk more, you can always reach out to me, Kevin at kevinmason.com. You can always leave a comment here, or pretty much if you just find me online, you can pretty much find my phone number anywhere. I'm not going to leave it here in the blog for you. But have a great day. I'm off to more music business activities. I'm going to go hang out with great artists like Tracy Lawrence and James House this afternoon. Help them interact with radio. See you tomorrow.